Hello sister, I'm Jacqueline, in case you don't know already. I'm going to show you how to make 3 items of food very quickly. The reason I'm doing this is because I always post my food on Instagram and someone said, oh yeah, can you show me how to make something that doesn't take a lot of time? Darlings, I don't spend a lot of time in the kitchen. I work full time. And when I'm in London, my kitchen is this small, so I try to spend as little time as possible in the kitchen, but it doesn't mean compromising on the quality and the goodness of the food. So I'm going to show you how to make 3 things. One is a marinated aubergines and mushrooms that you can use as salad topping, because lots of people have said, oh, I can't accept the taste of raw vegetables, I like the taste of meat. Now this marinated mushrooms and aubergines are spot on. And then I'm going to show you how to make cauliflower steak on a bed of hummus, and with baby carrots. It looks really nice. And then finally, I'm going to show you something very unusual, which is enoki mushrooms wrapped in seaweed and spring roll skin, which you will then put in an air fryer. All this won't take very long at all. You can use that to treat yourself, this menu and recipes to treat yourself as you come to an end of the first week of your 60-day challenge. So let's start with the mushrooms and aubergines marinated in soy sauce or tamari. They keep in the fridge for 2 to 3 days. Most important thing is you need your jar to be clean, and sometimes it just helps if you pour boiling water on it and put it in an oven just to kill off the bugs. So in terms of spices on this, what do I put? I used garlic, tomatoes, Sichuan peppercorns, paprika, and I used parsley and some kaffir lime leaves. I don't like spicy food, so I don't put chili, but if you want that little bit of kick, just put some chili in. So basically in here you pour all your ingredients in your clean jar, stress the word clean. Pour it in. This paprika is ace, but if you don't have paprika, it doesn't matter. Explore, find your own way, and then share your recipe with me and with the sisterhood. It may taste better than mine. So the ingredients are here. I'm going to put some olive oil, and I'm going to put some soy sauce. You can use tamari. I generally use tamari, but I'm out of tamari. So some soy sauce. This is gluten-free soy sauce. I don't know why. I think Mr. JK, he's gluten intolerant. And then I'll just add some other stuff in. I will add some sake. You can add Shaoxing wine or anything. It's your choice. Play with it. Just pour some in. This is a sake I'm using. You might prefer to use Shaoxing wine or not at all. I've got Shaoxing wine, but I should mix it. So you have your ingredients, you shake it, and then this is a conversation. People ask me, can you eat mushrooms raw? Yes, unless they're poisonous ones, but the ones you buy in supermarket and shops should be fine. Tasteless, but put it in there, chuck it in there. If you don't feel comfortable doing this raw mushrooms, then it's okay. It's okay, just use raw aubergine. This is raw aubergine. I took off the skin so the flavor from the sauce can soak it in. And when you finish that, if it's not enough sauce, you just add some oil, add some sake. Close the lid and then shake it. And shake it. And then leave in the freezer, in the fridge. If you want it to be really marinated, actually you leave it upside down is better, because all the goodness go down. So leave it in the fridge for at least 3-4 hours, or it can stay in the fridge for up to 3 days. So item 1 done. Item 2, I'm going to make cauliflower steaks and baby carrot steaks. this is a cauliflower. I'll cut it up. And if you buy a whole cauliflower, don't throw away the greens, because the green part, I will show you how to make wings from the greens another day. But today I'm just using it. I'll just chuck it into the stock pot. So I'll get some fish bones and put in the stock pot with the cauliflower leaves. Anything I have, I would just like chuck it in the stock pot. And this is baby carrots. They've already been cleaned. So I'll take the top off. I'll save maybe a couple for the stock pot, because carrots actually make your stock sweet. They're pricey, I shouldn't use that, but hey ho. And of course, this can go in the stock pot as well, but the taste would be too overwhelming. I probably wouldn't. So what do? This is my baking tray. I'll show you in a minute. I'll put the carrots, and then I'll put the cauliflower. Careful, the cauliflower doesn't fall apart. It does fall apart quite easily. And then, as you know, cauliflower can be a bit tasteless. To make it steaky, I'm going to make a mix, and I'm going to brush it over the cauliflower. If you have onion powder, that's good. If you have mashed onions, if you have garlic powder, that's good. I don't have garlic powder today. I just use minced garlic. And then smoked paprika. You can buy that in supermarket all over the world. They're not really expensive. Of course, their flavor is not as good as the authentic one, which I save for the paella, because this one's not that important. And then you have turmeric. Again, you get that very cheaply in supermarket. Pour it in. And then you have cumin. Again, cheaply in supermarkets all over the world. Pour it in. Bit of sea salt. Mix with olive oil. Just chuck some of the oil in. Like that. Mix it all up. Like that. Mix it all up. And then just spoon over your cauliflower. Spoon over your cauliflower. I'll show you in a minute. Oh, it's really absorbing. Cauliflower is really absorbing the seasoning. Goody. Maybe didn't make enough, probably should put more. Okay. So it looks like this. Can you see that? And finally, what I do is I use a lot of olive oil. I should buy them in gallons. You sprinkle olive oil. And then what I like doing is I put paprika all over it. Again, I'm a paprika queen, I tell you. And then you might put salt and pepper on it. Pretty, right? So you're going to roast it until it's soft and maybe a little bit charred. I will show you the final product. I'll put that away. And then I'm going to make the bed of tahini where the cauliflower steak and the baby carrots are going to sit on. So they're going to be sitting on this nice, delicious, nutritious, rich, full of protein. Tahini is chickpeas. Chickpeas is full of protein. So that's where your delicious cauliflower steak and baby carrots are going to sit on. I use a Thermomix. This is a really old one. Any old blender would do. So this is cooked tahini. You just have to boil it with some water. If you are lazy, you can buy them in cans. You can buy them anywhere. So tahini, I've put a bit of garlic in. I'm a bit lazy today. If you're not lazy, then use roasted garlic for the taste. Okay, so you pour it in. What I do is I save the water from boiling the chickpeas just to thin the hummus down. And then what you need is you need maybe about 4 tablespoons of hummus. Of tahini. If you don't have tahini, I can show you how to make them from sesame seeds in another video. Or this is not ideal. You can use unsweetened peanut butter and you dilute it with olive oil. But ideally, we can make it together another time. So this is tahini from any Middle Eastern shop all over the world. So chickpeas, tahini, olive oil, squeeze of squeeze of lemon, and then red sea salt, just a bit of it, not too much. I like to put a bit of parsley in my tahini. It's not the traditional way, but it's okay. I'll just put a bit of parsley. And this is the water from the boiling the chickpeas that I saved up. I just put it there, or else if you don't do that, you'll be using a lot of olive oil. And then I'm just going to blitz it, close your ears, just literally for a moment. You could see that it's a bit chunky still. It's a bit chunky. Ideally you want it to be creamy, so this is when safe chickpea water comes in handy. If you are a purist, then you can use olive oil, but then you'll be using literally half a bottle of olive oil. I've done it before. Olive oil is good for health, but not too much. There you go. It's better now. It's closer to the hummus you get in the shops. And then you just plate it up. I will show you what it looks like plated up. And taste. Very good. You can dress it in more olive oil, or you can put paprika on top. I'll show you later how to plate it up. So that's 2 things done. The third thing, very, very adventurous. This is Vietnamese spring roll. Buy that in Asian supermarkets in the West and in the East. Warm water, you put it in. Be careful not to tear your spring rolls, the paper. So you make sure you just push it in gently, like so, so it's softening. When it's softening, take a chopping board. This is a seaweed sheet, a nori seaweed sheet, and this is the enoki mushroom. Let me show you. This is a show-off dish, really. Can you see? So you put some water around the edges. You wet the edges like you're making sushi, but you're wrapping the enoki mushroom out. Pack the enoki mushrooms in tightly. yeah, you can eat this raw as well. So you do that. Actually, that's safe on the nori sheets because they're quite pricey. Cut into two. You can wrap it up as you please. It's not going to work, is it? Ah, it is. Okay, you cut into two, and then here's your Vietnamese spring roll sheet. Lay it flat. Wrap it the way you would as if you're making a Vietnamese spring roll. And then you just put it in an air fryer. I will come back in when it's done to show you what I'm doing for my dinner date at home with Mr. JK tonight. It's just the best thing ever, and it hasn't taken very long at all. You can do it, but come back in a sec. I'll be back in a sec.